Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. I just had to jump on here to address all of the foolishness that's going on in the JforK community. Now, there's nobody on here now, and if no one comes through, that's okay. You guys will get a chance to listen to this broadcast later. It seems that Edward Joseph is really bothered by Cassie O'Vera, Chloe O'Vera, whomever you'd like to call her. I call her friend, and myself, because of the simple fact that we had enough nerve to call out the young lady named Island Girl 49, who went on his channel last week and said that she was a medical examiner's assistant who got the body of Kenneka Jenkins at her office. Now, she said that when they received the body, that Kenneka's body was decomposed, she was badly beaten, she had whips on her back, and she was already cut open. Now, to be honest with you, this young lady doesn't sound like she has enough education to do any of the jobs that are listed at the medical examiner's office that is found in Cook County. So, and because of that, Edward is really, really bothered by us because we have enough nerve to question her. So what he has decided to do, now I want you guys to keep in mind that Edward Joseph claims to be a man of the cloth. He said he was a minister. He said he was a pastor at one time. If you go over to his page, you're going to see that he disrespects women. The ladies in his chat, he speaks to them, calling them out of their names. He demands them to do things, and they just go for it. Well, he can't do it with us, and so that's why he's bothered. This pervert actually took a picture of mine, saved it to his computer, and said that he had adopted me as his girlfriend. How sick is that? He may have thought it was a joke, but I don't think it's a joke, because I understand that there are a lot of predators out here on social media. He is a disgusting individual. And I've been kind to Edward Joseph. But I'm not being kind anymore. Because he's spreading lies to a whole bunch of new people who are on social media interested in Kenneka's case. He said that Cassie and I called Island Girl 49's job. Let me tell you, that is something that I would never do. I don't have an interest in Island Girl 49 like that. I want her to come on the platform so she and I can have a discussion about her claims. She made some very serious claims. And as a faithful, concerned member in the JforK community, I think I have a right to know if this is true or not, what she's saying. And everybody else should feel the same way. It's nothing wrong questioning this lady's credentials. She put herself out there like that. And so I won't stop until she responds. But the one thing that I do know from speaking to true people in the medical world, people that really have doctorate degrees and degrees that go beyond the normal person, they would never get on social media and make and even speak on this situation. So Edward, you can be mad until you get glad. I don't care. You're making yourself out to be something that only you sees, because everybody else think you're a joke. If anybody wants to come on, y'all, I just put the link in, I think. I don't know how to do this too well, but I'm going to learn how to do it today. Just for Edward. Because this man he's gone too far with this foolishness. The only person who is concerned with Edward is Edward himself. Nobody is interested in Edward like that. Now this man has literally taken me out of my Christian mode and brought me back to when I was a young girl, when I'd have cursed his ass straight the fuck out. That's how much he gets under my skin. And for the women in Edward's chat, you don't know who the man that he is. But if you take your time to go on his Facebook page and in the previous lives that he's done, you're going to clearly see how sick and perverted this individual is. And for y'all to stay in his chat and accept the abuse that he is bringing upon y'all, it shows a lot about the women that y'all are. And like I said before, I'm not bashing y'all, but it's an observation, because that means that you ladies are dealing with some issues that y'all not clear about, that y'all haven't got over yet, where you think it's okay for a man to disrespect you in that manner. Any man who calls me out of my name, he's gonna get it. Because I'm a woman who respects everybody. And I have love for everybody. But I will not tolerate a man calling me out of my name. Because the men that surround me, they validate the woman that I am. And because of that, I know my worth. So for a man like Edward, a nobody, to call me out of my name, like he says, it's no holds bar here. And in the words of a woman who I respect a great deal, I'm on his ass. And that's the words of 54 Keys. I never called Island Girl's job. I don't even know her legal name. So how in the world would I call her job? I don't have any interest in the newly resurrected Ava, who has died. She's died more times and been resurrected more than Lazarus. Good morning.
She came back from the dead.
Listen,
Turn your device
down.
There we go. Yeah, it's an plug.
Okay, how do I do this? Casey, you know I don't do this live streaming. I don't even know how to do this stuff.
No, you're fine. You got your laptop Go to your YouTube tab and mute it.
Mute the laptop.
No, mute just the YouTube tab.
I don't even know how to do that.
Do you have the tabs open at the top of your
No.
screen?
No, I don't have the tab open, Cassie. I'm just on the Casey on the I'm on the StreamYard app.
Okay.
That's all I'm on. Am I better now?
Yeah, I mean, I still have my echo coming,
Hold on,
but
let me get some earbuds.
okay. Yes, for those of y'all that don't know, Edward lost his damn mind. I don't know what it cost him to pay these women to come live, but they did a good job. But that shows their character and their moral. And you know, I could. It took me. I don't even know how many hours to watch this 5-hour live because there were so many lies and twisted in there. Yes, she's getting it, boss.
Am I better now?
It lowered my echo, but I still have the echo.
Oh wow. Okay, I don't know what to do. I'm
Hi,
sorry.
Trip.
We're just gonna have to go through it like this, Cassie.
Go ahead.
Because
Go. I can go out and come back in and see if that'll help.
okay,
All right.
yeah. Like I was saying earlier, everybody, Edward Joseph is doing some really weird things. Okay, the other day I posted a video, and he made a live about me, and he might have thought that that was funny, but I took it serious because I actually watched this man take snapshots of my photograph and save it into his computer and said that he had adopted me as his girlfriend. I mean, that's sick. That's sick to me. That is sick to me. So I've been bothered since then. And then yesterday, somebody, told me to go and watch his broadcast because he was calling Casey and me out of our names. And so I can't take him anymore. The echo is louder, Cassie. I can't take Edward Joseph anymore.
I'm not hearing it echo. Okay, I hear it when I speak.
Okay. I hear it constantly, but I don't hear it when you speak, and so you hearing it when you speak, and I'm hearing it constantly. I don't know what to do about that. I'm sorry. I don't hear anything right now, Casey. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, I wanted to see if I muted it, if it made it stop.
He's calling the women, he's making demands to these girls in his chat. And these women are just going along with that. And the few women that he had on there that I listened to, these women don't sound like they sound like they're they're well-grounded women. So I have a problem understanding why would they allow this creep to speak to them like that and treat them like that.
I agree 100%. I mean, when Ava popped on there, I was like, she's alive. That just threw me. But before that, literally, the things that he said about you, Dana, it made me want to jump through the internet and scratch his eyes out.
When I tell you he's a creep, he is a creep. The man is disgusting. And so that's why he's in his middle age, living his life alone, living in a dirty house, mind you, alone. But he claims to be a child of the king. And that's the first thing our parents teach us, is cleanliness is next to godliness. Quoting all kind of Bible scriptures Shamika, I don't know if you know, but Edward is a creep. He took a picture of me, a screenshot of me, and said that I was his girlfriend and started talking about the things that he would like to do to me. And so, yes, I am bothered by that. That creeped me out.
It
But
was
he go
very sexual.
it was very sexual.
Is the echo gone now, boss?
It's gone now.
Nope, I still hear it down.
I don't hear it from you,
I
Casey.
just came to my phone. Hmm.
I'm sorry, guys. Y'all just gonna have to hear my dog barking this morning.
He said, well, let me put it this way. I made a parody, and I took what he actually said to Dana, but I cut out the part where he used her, her name or whatever, and I put it up there with this idiot looking person, so y'all can hear what he said. But it was let's say he claimed to have a big fat black one, and what he was going to do with it on her.
Yes. So, not only was I
B, the
creeped
links
out
to
by it,
two
th-
comments above you, B.
that really offended me as a woman because I would never do anything like that to anybody. But I will do, like I said before, is take off my Christian hat and curse him the hell out because he needs to be cursed out. I don't understand. He's so bothered by you and I that lately his lives, that's all it's been about.
That's all I hear is my name.
Why can't we
My name
question
and your
this
name. My
lady?
name and your name. Back and
What?
forth.
Why can't we question her? She claims to be the medical examiner assistant who received
Yep.
Kanika's body. So why can't we question her? She injected herself into this community making that
That's
claim.
exactly what I said on my video.
That's a
You
big
came to
claim.
a public platform claiming that you have a position in the professional field that has to do with the body of the person that this community is centered around. If you think that you ain't going to get questioned, if you really work in that office, anytime any of those people go and speak on a public platform, they get questions. What makes you so fucking special?
Exactly.
And it wasn't like we was asking her, or anybody was asking her any personal information. Now,
No.
whatever the chat was asking her that night, I don't know because he took the chat down and I caught it on the replay. So I didn't even know what they had asked her, but I heard her saying that there was like a whole bunch, like 50 people in there, and they were all just coming out of the bushes, just asking her a bunch of questions. Well, you put yourself in that position.
Right.
You talking like you Bubba Gump and Forrest Gump's kids mixed together,
Exactly.
inbred or some shit, and then you want
Exactly.
somebody to believe that you're a professional that went to college for many years? Bitch, please.
Let me tell you, my sisters told me they would never get up on social media and speak on this case, and I've been trying. When I was doing that autopsy, I tried. I tried for months. They would never do it because it's unethical for them to do so, and they have real licenses, board certified licenses that they will not put on the line, jeopardize for anything or anybody. So that's why I know she's lying. But he wants his chat to believe that it's okay that she don't show any of her credentials or that she don't speak in depth about her credentials. No, they need to get out of that chat. Edward is a liar. You know, the one thing that I want him to understand is the reason why his chat is growing is because he's lying. It's not because
Yep.
he's spreading the truth out here in the community. It's because the people who flock to his channel, they like that kind of entertainment.
Yep.
And so when
And
somebody
and
like
you know
you or
what? They could
I,
be entertained like that, but they need to leave your name and my name out of their mouth because I ain't even been to Edward's channel to look at nothing until Brazy called me on the phone talking about did get over there. He said this and that. So I went over there and I was listening. It had nothing to do with me. It had to do with this liar saying she's the medical examiner's assistant. Well, actually, it kind of changed because it was first the medical examiner, then it switched up to the assistant. But then he just throws my name in there because
yeah,
Casey this and Casey that.
yeah.
Bitch, you knew my name when you were begging me to be on your panel.
He hates the fact that he'll have somebody to, um, question the things that is happening on his chat. Well, his chat is on an open. YouTube is for everybody. And like I said, I don't go to his channel unless I get that notification. It's not a notification. It's a whatever suggestion because I'm not subscribed to his channel.
I'm not subscribed to his ass either.
Listen, fam. Listen, real close.
He's subscribed to me.
Can you hear me?
Does boss
Yes,
man?
I hear you, boss.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all seen my comment in the chat. Everybody from you, Cassidy, you, Ms.
Not
Dana,
Rico.
shut your face and let me finish.
Ah,
To even random news, it's been proven
Ransom.
who this.
He called him Ransom.
Okay, he's been proven that he's a fraud. He's a weirdo. We done heard everything he said from the sucker thing like a child. We done heard all of that, but he hasn't stopped. His subscribers haven't went anywhere. He may lost maybe a couple of scragglers here and there, but it hasn't stopped him. I understand, Miss Dana, how you feel. I truly understand. But the thing is, when you ignore a problem, it tends to just go away because you're not feeding them that energy they asking for. Because when y'all clown him, point out the bullshit he do, all it's gonna do is send people right over there to go see what the fuck y'all talking about. And then y'all know some of that JforK community is here for entertainment, and that's what he does. So you quit feeding him the energy. That's the best way I see it. I done been
You're
a cat,
right because
man.
his numbers have soared the more he mentions our name. I can
Yeah,
tell you that.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You feeding him, and he's loving it.
But
He's lo-
okay, he said yesterday. He said half of my lives and half of my videos are about him. So I went back and I looked, and the last 20 lives, one of them was half about him and half about Trey Gang.
but who
But
else said? Who
it
else said
wasn't even
that?
really about him. It was more about this medical examiner assistant. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Who
But
else said that about you? You remember? Say
the
you don't
what?
got no content. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody.
We ain't gonna say a name, but yeah,
Right. Yeah.
they say that shit just to bother you. You ain't gotta explain that shit. Your true subscribers know that ain't the fucking case.
And if anybody is wondering, all the Bush people that's going to watch this on the replay, yes, they are fake beefing because I went and looked, and Edward has been in her group, and Ava's alive,
Hold on,
and
guys.
all that. They've all been in cahoots. It's a big game to them. It really is. But I can tell you right now, what I heard about the way he spoke about Miss Dana, it upset me so much when Trip sent me a message overnight. I didn't even respond to what he was saying. I was like, listen to this, and I played a recording of what he was saying, and so Trip and I've been going back and forth, for the past several hours overnight. I ain't even been to bed yet. I'm so like, you disgusting bastard, and you fucking bitches for sitting there in his chat encouraging it because they're sitting there saying that they heard me and Dana say these things that they're actually saying that that we
Yes.
said that we called the cops on Ava, all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah. And
And
that's
these
not true.
motherfuckers are sitting there saying that they heard it. That's the shit that it's like, you know what? All I ever hear about is, especially from the black women in this community, is how we need to unite and support each other and all this, that, and the third. And all I see is the black women sitting up there lying on each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm not saying it's all black women, but
Right.
that's what I'm seeing in these idiots fucking chats doing.
It's crazy how they're behaving on social media. You know, it's just I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Oh, I'm sorry, Shamika. I'm sorry. Hold on. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Is that
I
my
hope you're
B?
feeling better.
I
What up,
I
nigga?
I just had to address
What's up,
this.
B got it
boss?
too. I had to holler at B overnight. Shit.
This was really bothering me. He creeped me out so
I
much the
like
other
that
night
reach though. That looks
when I
cool on your
saw
skin.
him actually do that, and the way he was talking over me and Irene's picture. Oh my God, I was like, I felt dirty. I literally felt dirty, y'all.
Well, I mean, if he violating, as far as YouTube policies, that's the only way you can hit him. If it's bothering you that much, take the actions that's necessary.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
gonna be
It
working on
is
that today.
bothering her.
Yes, I'll be working on it
And
today while I have time.
I'm sorry to cut y'all off. I just feel like based off your character is why it's bothering you.
Hmm.
Based off your personality is why it's bothering you. Had it been somebody like me, it would not have bothered me so much. But he is very weird. He is very disgusting. It is inappropriate. I don't know how he's even able to use those words and terminology on any platform.
I know. I'm gonna be
He said
looking.
he was gonna shove his
Yes,
big black rod down her mouth, the throat, something.
yes.
And I told her
I'd get
he
like that.
used her content on the last two lives or whatever it was, her entire video. She needs to flag him for copyrights because that will get it taken down quick, and that'll get him 2 strikes quick. See, I've given
I
him strikes
mean,
in the
and
past.
I mean, and he really was like, my thing is big. I mean, he's very nasty. Like I don't know. He's a pervert.
He is.
Yep. But those, see, the strikes that I got him before when he first started the channel, it's expired now. That's the bad thing about the strikes is they do expire. So now he doesn't have any strikes again. So that's why he's talking all wild and out his neck again.
Right.
That's why I say if you strike him on both those lives, he should get at least 1 strike out of it.
I'm
Because
gonna
a
do
lot of
that.
times they'll give him a warning at first, but if
Right.
he's got 2 of them with your whole content in it.
I'm gonna do that as soon as I get off live. Just the lies. I mean, like, an Island Girl 49, if somebody asks her a direct question, she does not answer. And so she don't think people would notice that,
I
you know?
mean, who was
It's,
Allen girl?
that's
She's the
the fake medical examiner's assistant
There
that
you
All
go.
right.
talks about
I
stinging.
thought so, but I wanted to be, I wanted to understand who I was gonna speak about.
Yeah.
She it's just like when he had Kimberly in his group. She was going to speak and nobody was allowed to question her.
Mhm.
I'm not
Let
gonna
me
lie to y'all. It's like what Boss said. I really do not go to his live. I hear about it. I do not go over there. I
Well,
try not to go over there and entertain him and to argue with him because it's gonna give him so much attention that he really
Yep.
doesn't deserve.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I wish Brazy was up here on here.
Well, maybe if
Yeah,
I
you
block him.
know how I feel right now, Cassie. So
well, I'm
I
going to
wish
say it
Brazy was on
except
this
this time
live,
I'm going
but
to say
no,
it out
I'm
loud.
gonna say it because he followed him. He calls everybody to see his live. He honestly follows his live. He watches his live. That's his friend. So if that's his friend as a man, does he think that what Edward says is appropriate to women? What he did to Miss Dana is right? No, it's wrong. Who's gonna step up as a man and say something to Edward as a man? And boss, I'm not talking to you because that's not your friend.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Because I would say this in that live,
So we
what I
not gonna
told,
get on each other's lives and be like, "Oh, we family," and then we don't defend family.
yeah, because
I feel you.
he
I
didn't
hear
mention
you,
his name.
Shanika.
Because in his group, y'all know his. I know Dana knows his name. I think I'm pretty sure anyway.
Yeah, I do.
But he said, he just kept saying him and he. What happened was the other day under one of my videos, a viewer named Nosy Bug left a comment under one of my videos saying something about, oh, I love your brain, the way you think. I think you're my new girl crush, something like that.
Mhm.
I gave her a heart and I said thank you and I moved on. During the live that I watched that he did yesterday, last night, whatever it was, somebody sent him a screenshot of that comment. But eh, I don't know if he's too stupid to read the time span on it or what. Because a day or two after she said that on my comments, she went to his panel and she was on his panel praising him and giving him all the glory and hallelujah. And he's the best thing since chocolate. Okay. It did not bother me. I just kind of said, huh, okay, at least I know. All right. I didn't think nothing about it. When he saw the screenshot, he called her a bitch and a fucking op and an agent and that I sent her over there. All kinds of shit like that. Okay. That's fine. I expected him to say that. I don't care. But I don't know if he thought of something or if somebody said something that I missed. But he
Mhm.
goes, yeah, well, I got him as a moderator, but we politic it up and see he starts talking just like him,
Right.
using the same words. He says, and I know he goes over there and he talks on her platform, but he don't go back and forth and be talking on one side and not on the other side or whatever. In other words, he was trying to say that Brady doesn't carry bones back and forth. Well, I got news for you. He talks a lot of shit about you, Edward, publicly too.
Yeah.
So Brazy, you can't get mad at me for saying it because it's true.
I dare him to get mad at you.
Same time,
What's up?
I've already said this to you before. How can you be so cool with him the way that he talks about the women in this community? And Brazy said, I'm not cool with him. I don't speak to him no more. We don't talk no more. Well, according to Edward last night, y'all do. Now, it doesn't surprise me if Edward's lying or if he's still talking about the past. Either way, Brazy, you need to get it straight with him because that shit pissed me off and it makes this community look bad. And it's me. I know you're getting your channel off. You don't want no tarnished stains on your channel
Right.
coming from Edward. Shit or get off the pot, pick a side, do something. And I ain't never told nobody to do that shit. But I agree with Shamika 100%. How are you going to sit up on anybody's panel, glorify their name, talk about we family, defend them all around the platforms from different platforms to different platforms. But then if you are in fact still politicking with him on the phone, like he said, that shit's fucked up.
Mhm. It is.
Period.
He's also upset that Teresa um, got her YouTube channel going. He
Teresa
mentioned
got a
her.
YouTube channel?
Yes, she got
Yes,
a
Yes,
YouTube.
yes.
yesterday.
Wow.
I think it
Yes.
was yesterday or the day before. I don't know. She put up two
Oh,
videos of Kanika and her when it's from the same day that they had that little booty juice video where they were talking about is it safe to eat on the bed over here?
Right.
They were
yeah, yeah.
going back and forth, going live, both of them. And then another one she had where Kanika went live with her little nephews.
And that's what I said because he said uh, every time he posts a video about Kanika, then she posts one. But I had already seen her YouTube channel, and I'm like, well, she only has two videos up there, so there go
Yeah,
another lie, you know?
yeah. And because I know Teresa watches us YouTubers, despite she says she don't, but she does. I hope she gets him for copyrights because he played her whole fucking video too.
Yeah.
Both of her videos, should say.
Well, she don't even. Oh man, that's just
I
crazy.
don't know how familiar she is with any of the policies or if she read up on it, but Teresa, I hope you read up on it. Flag the shit
Or
out of them. Because yes,
or
you can
whoever.
actually show other people's contents, but there's a proper way of following procedure to be able to do
To
that.
do it, yeah.
And he didn't follow it at all. Not on yours, Dana's, not on Teresa's.
Hmm.
But yes, I know that we have to find a way to not let him make us speak on him.
Yeah.
Because between Tweedledee, Tweedledum, perverts, and everything else, all we're doing, because they keep saying like that I'm losing my subs and my platforms. No, my subs are still going up in numbers,
Yeah. Mine too.
but so is theirs. All it's doing is just making them subscribe to more people.
Oh,
That's
he
all.
said, I'm cutting their, they don't like me, people. I'm cutting their revenue. That's why they have a problem
Yeah,
with Edward Joseph. I'm like,
Alice
man,
Richardson was in the chat lying her little ass off talking about how I always tell everybody to hit my cash app.
Never.
my platform is not monetized. So I don't know where he's getting that foolishness from.
I'd like them to prove anything they say, or somebody in the chat to tell them to prove anything they say.
Oh, he's a king, one of the girls said. I said, this got to be an abused child. He's a king. Don't tell him anything. He's the leader. Just follow, she said. I'm like, seriously? He just called you guys out of y'all's names. He called y'all bitches.
Generation Me Too.
Well, I'm glad I'm not a part of that generation because stuff like that, yeah, you're going to hear my voice and you're not going to hear the Christian Dana when a man disrespects me because that's my pet peeve.
Yeah, but he has a lot of
Th-
he has a lot of girls that are like, from the streets.
yeah,
Actually,
that's what I'm saying,
they may
Shanika.
be from the streets, but from what I saw this last 2 hours or so that they were talking, it's a lot of
He's,
40, 50, and 70-year olds
yeah.
because they were telling their age, and I'm like, and
There's
this
one,
bastard's older than I am, and he's sitting here talking about old, decrepit, white bitch
yeah.
Yeah, but
ass.
they were like,
I
Motherfucker,
how
you
can I
older than
say
I
it?
am.
listen.
I'm trying to say it like, appropriately.
He
But
actually,
most of the women that he know, I don't mean they girls from the street. Yes, they are women now, but they were girls from the street and they were like abusing drugs and uneducated. So
right.
I
Well,
wouldn't even.
I agree.
Well, they need counseling then. That's what I was saying earlier.
I
They
did
need to
say that
come to
they
the
probably
knowing of
some
who
homeless
they are.
bitches because somebody, and I got to go back and look at my comments, but somebody
But they are
left a
right with
comment.
him to talk like that because a lot of them was right and familiar with like being pimped though. I don't.
They're comfortable with that, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But there was somebody in my comments that left a comment saying that Edward offered. It might be that nosy bug lady, but said that Edward offered her to buy her a plane ticket to come stay with him for a little while.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I could only imagine what that would be like.
Thank you, Jamie Lynn.
Hi,
I just want him to
Nannies.
prove it once.
Mm.
I actually, you know what? I don't even want Edward to prove shit. What I want is those grown ass women in
That
his
is
chat
crazy. What?
to pull their head out of his ass so just long enough to tell him, can you prove anything you're saying?
Right.
Lord Footage got up in his chat,
But
and
it's
I
kind
would.
of scary that it's kind of scary that he has like women that follow him and want to meet him. Mm.
Oh my
I was
God.
I was thinking that myself that how sad and desperate
Well,
are
maybe they need to go back before
this
they
many
meet
women.
him, before they meet him, maybe they need to go back and listen and watch the video where he says to somebody, I think it was Mika, about the kid. Stick it in your mouth and suck it like a child.
Yeah.
Maybe they need to go back and watch that. That is how perverted Edward is.
Yeah.
Edward
Miss
is not
Dana,
the man that he
let me
claims to be on social media. And
let
you
me
can
let me
see that in the videos that he's making.
let me put it like
He
this. It's
he
my
has
You
belief.
push his buttons and he goes off.
he's double-minded. How can you be
It's
a child of the king in 1 minute, in 1 second, and then be cursing people out, telling
it's
them to
my
get the
belief
f out of the chat, you
that these
bitches?
women are
That's how
stupid
he
enough
talks to these ladies.
and desperate enough that they probably have it in their mind that they could change him. Women are dumb. We're dumb sometimes when it
Can't
comes to
you
men.
can't teach
But
an
these
old
women are
dog new
so
tricks?
desperate that they look at him like that's somebody to want to be with.
Oh my God. They better go to Boss Blake channel if they
Boss got a lot of men over
if they
there.
want to meet a decent man, that's a respectable man. You know, they're not gonna find that on Edward's channel.
Just don't discuss religion, but it'll be all right.
You gotta realize, man, it's YouTube is the people who have the most drama have the most supporters. That shit just crazy. The
I
world is
know.
backwards. It's backwards.
It's because they can say and do whatever, say whatever they want to with no consequences or repercussions. And so it makes them feel like they're on a higher horse
Right.
or have some kind of extra power.
There's
And for
one
me,
lady that I'm
I'm
concerned
scared to talk
about.
like crazy than I would talk in normal life because it's like I might get up and just go somewhere and meet you, you know, and then you say something crazy to me and I have to say something crazy back to you,
Right.
it's I can't be like that with people. I don't know. If I say something crazy to you on here, I'm gonna be saying something crazy to you if I run into you.
That yeah. Yeah, he has the ability to take people out of their character, and that's what he did with me. But I'm okay with it because that's something
I
I
don't know
needed.
if you
I
could take
needed
me
to
out.
get him like that because I just posted a video up cursing his ass the fuck out.
I love that video. I laughed so
And,
fucking
and,
hard.
and like I said, that was me 30 years ago.
I laughed so fucking hard because right before that one, uh, Chasing Truth had a Petty Betty video go up, and it's got that voice changer on there.
Hold on, sweetie.
And I had just watched that
I'm sorry.
when I got the notification on your video, and I was laughing my ass off so bad.
Yeah.
Y'all got to watch Miss Dana's other video. Y'all wouldn't know that was Miss Dana.
Hi, Marvin. Cassie, you
She,
care to fill him in?
you're going on from Pittsburgh, everyone.
He
Oh,
wants
you're
to
from
know what's
Pittsburgh.
going
Hey, what's
on.
going on? Yes, I was like, I hate to see somebody pull you out of your character, Dana, but the things that I heard last night that man say about you and to you, I think
When he took a
It was
picture and
warranted.
what?
you needed to let that venom out
Hmm.
so that way you don't hoard it inside of you and make it
Right.
spread inside of you
That's
and
what
you
I
turn out
said.
like me.
It was warranted.
Yes, he took a video of when she was on her other her other video when she was talking. He paused it right when she had her mouth kind of opened oval like, and he took a screenshot, and then he started talking very perverted about her and Irene. They're his girlfriend. Then last
What?
night, that was the other day. Then last night he came back and I'm gonna have to divorce this bitch. She's a fucking bitch now, and just went wild with it.
Miss Nefarious is what he's calling me.
That
Wait,
was he
what?
said that he's changing your name to Miss Bitch now.
Oh, it's okay. All right.
That's why it took me
Irene.
so
Why
long to
he
watch
picked Irene? What the?
because the pedophile. I mean, I know she's 22 years old or whatever, but that to what is he 56 years old, some shit like that. That is a child to him.
Yeah. And so he had her photograph already on his computer. He just added
Posed
mine to that
with
folder
it. Yep.
No.
as the women he's adopting online to be his girlfriend. So
Uh-uh.
so
As
see,
No.
he
so
said.
now when he did that, it's like, okay, I can only imagine what he's doing while looking, even just looking at our photographs.
I know.
Uh, okay, well, let's take it back to the video, the live he did in the dark with Teddy, the dog.
Yes.
I know he was playing
He
with
already
himself.
said it. He said it, yeah.
Do the women know that this man, the women in Edward, this is a clarion call to the women in Edward Joseph's chat. Do you guys know that Edward Joseph actually molested a teddy bear online,
Pretending it was
Okay.
Kanika.
pretending it was Kanika Jenkins? That's how sick this man is.
But that's y'all's king.
I can't even believe they're calling him that.
They're calling him a king on his channel. And they're dropping the cash apps. One lady said, I guess she gets a government check because she said she'll be sending money when she gets her check this week or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the first of the month. That's why.
I'm like, what? Are you
That's why I
serious?
figured Ava popped up. It's the first of the month. They all
Oh,
needed to put on a
you
good
know,
show and get some money going.
so Ava said that we called the police for her.
Then we called the police on her. On I think she said online, and that had a good laugh with the cops or some shit like that. And that we made fun of her because she wanted to end her life and said that she was in cahoots with a scam to make money. And that what we didn't know behind the scenes, she was actually paying Nia's light bill and buying Nia's groceries because Nia had cried to her that they didn't have no food in the house. And this was all about the same time when Nia was on live saying that we big balling rolling over here. We got
Right,
top of the shelf shit.
right. Well, we know we never called the police for Ava or did anything that would ever
What
hurt
police would I be
Ava.
calling? The bitch got so many different addresses.
We didn't do that. I mean, I I don't know. A part of my heart feels sorry for Ava for some
Why would I
reason.
call the police on her when the entire time I kept saying that she was faking it?
Yeah, she just like you
Just
say,
like
she
they
just
said that we called the medical examiner's office, well, called Chicago medical examiner, which is supposed to be Island Girl's boss employer, and
right,
that we got on the
It
phone
was
and,
live.
right.
and said that
Tell him to
I
come over here.
that we said that
We
Island Girl 49 was saying this,
I'm
that, and the
sorry,
third.
Dana. I'm sorry.
That's okay, Shamika.
You know, how stupid would we be sounding giving any employer a name from a profile that's not even a name?
Exactly.
Come on.
But if the
Ask
people
him
in
to
this
let me
chat
join.
would pay attention to what he's saying, word for word, phrase for phrase, they would understand
Sandra, glad to be alive.
that he's
Go over
lying.
there and ask him, can I join?
He ain't gonna let you join. Well, if he does, he'll just fucking keep muting you like he used to do in the group.
Right. You're right.
And I mean, that live that he just did last night, I don't know how the robots ain't flagging him left and right because he was playing
Hmm.
everybody else's content, even Jesus content he put up there. He told his platform, y'all go ahead and keep talking. I went ahead and I called in to work, some shit like that,
Hmm.
while he was playing Jesus movies.
Girl. So he's live right now.
That's what Sandra said. But the crazy part is, he is subscribed to both of my channels.
He may even be subscribed to mine, Cassie. That's how.
Why do you think he's going live right now?
I was saying that in my head.
because he knows that you're alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I hear you. Oh, he's talking about Lord footage because Lord footage got in his chat, and I wouldn't have known it if I wouldn't have seen the comments because he has Lord footage hidden, and I enlarged my screen and I could see him from the StreamYard screen, and Lord footage
I'm
was
fixing
saying,
to type in his chat right
"I'll get
now.
you shut down." He says, "I'll get your channel shut down for talking all that false information." I said, "I hope he does."
I hope he does too.
I'm fixing to type in his chat right now. I want to speak to Island Girl 49.
Who's ever got it turned up, turn it down so they don't strike Dana.
I don't have it on,
That's me.
period.
I'm fixing to turn it on.
You should know that, girl.
I just hear it. I don't know who's got it on. It's just, like I said, whatever he says, whatever. It's those middle-aged women that are licking his nut. It's like, really? Come on. Yep. Dana went live 51 minutes ago, and he went live 42 minutes ago. He went live right after she did. He was in your bushes, Dana.
Mm-hmm. Let's see how they respond.
Hey, I see it. He don't got her blocked. She said, "Island girl, I'd like to speak with you. Come on my platform."
She's on his platform right now,
She wrote it in the comments.
but is
In the chat.
Island Girl on his
Yes.
platform right now?
She
Yes.
was, but she said, "I hope you ladies have a safe and blessed day." I don't know if they're leaving or if she's leaving.
Uh,
Oh, okay. I missed her.
he about to go off.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying that the only reason why everybody's irritated is because he's speaking the truth.
Yeah, he always say that.
That's what they all gotta say.
He's a liar and the truth ain't in him.
Huh.
Marvin
Yep.
says that Island Girl 49 is not with any medical examiner's office. She is one of his subscribers. She's on his platform every day. I agree. And even if I didn't know that, I could, like they said, Ava got up there and said, she goes, "How dare they question your credentials just because you're not using the right terminology?" Goofy, do you know how stupid you sound just for saying
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Right.
And then you got the audacity to turn around and say Trey Gang's a fraud for putting up that fake letter. Well, ain't you questioning that then? If you and nobody can, and that's just a piece of paper, but nobody can question some uneducated.
A woman who claims to be a physician, a doctor, a
Yes,
pathologist,
yes,
who claims to have
that sounds like an imbecile.
received the body of Kanika Jenkins. Oh yeah, we
Right.
Now,
we got
like
questions.
this here. How she threw herself under the bus because how are you going to say the other day on the live that when the body came in, they unzipped her and you saw that she was cut open already and missing all her insides,
Mm.
and that they had said because you were asking too many questions, so they told you to go take your lunch break and told you to go work in a different department for a few hours until they got done. so you didn't get to see them doing the autopsy. But then you turned around on that live yesterday and said that you saw her
You
back
did
up
see the
for it.
right,
Right.
You can't go both ways. Well, you can, but only stupid people should be believing it then.
right.
And some of these women, honestly, sounded like very intelligent women.
I know.
Not all of them, but a couple of them.
That's what I was fixing to say earlier. One of the ladies that I have a concern for, I think her name is Deborah or Debbie. She actually gets and speak on his platform. I believe she was on there the other night when he had gone to the store. This lady seems to be very intelligent. She just seems to be misled. I hope she hears this conversation that we're having right now, because I'm not,
They're not moving nothing.
I'll invite
They're
her
just
to
like the
come
belly
and,
of
and, and
God.
check us out on our channels, so that way she can get some of the information that she's seeking, that the things that she's not sure about, she's going to find it on your channel. You know,
Ezekiel.
she said, like I said before, Edward Joseph brings nothing but lies.
Hmm?
He's done no research.
I was in
We all know, everybody who's been here from the beginning, when Edward Joseph created that channel, I was immediate. I was there from the very beginning in his channel. I can show you guys screenshots from messages that he sent me when he first created that channel.
Yeah, he didn't even know who Lenore was.
But then again, he dropped off and his channel went dead for a long, long time. He was inactive on his own channel.
Yep.
And suddenly, when the
That's
other
when I
young
gave him that
lady,
strike.
when
That's
the
when I
other
gave him that
lady,
strike. He didn't know what to do then because he had no content. He all he does is steal other people's content, and he was
exactly,
worried about doing that and getting another strike.
when the other lady started all the crazy stuff in his chat, and they began to talk, you know who I'm talking about, like Boss said, we don't need to mention her name.
Yeah.
That's when he pops up and he creates this YouTube channel following her narrative. But when he went live with her one night, they were not clear on the narrative that they both claimed to the same narrative,
Believe in. Yes.
you know? So,
Oh, Ava's back over there.
What?
Her name is Healing now.
oh yeah,
Yes.
well,
That's who that is.
maybe she's been trying to work on herself.
But she said that you were so hateful and ugly towards her and all this. I mean, the things that she was saying,
That's why it's
I
important
I
for me.
could possibly believe it if she would have been saying it just about me.
Hmm.
Right.
I put it this way, it could be plausible or
She,
maybe even possible. But she was saying it about Dana. And then it was
well,
like, wait a minute.
you have to
Like one of
understand,
the video
Cassie.
clips that I popped up. Wait
You
a
have
minute,
to, you have to
you straight up
understand
said
something.
Cassie
Come see,
never
sweetie.
disrespected me. So why are you
Well,
trying to lie now in Cassie's name?
yeah. The reason why they get upset with me so hard is because I am the same hue of them. Okay? And I can go there if I need to. And so when I speak to them, the way I'm speaking to them, they get it. They get it without questioning anything.
Yeah.
And so that's why that bothers them, that makes them mad, because I'm meeting them at the place that they know, they're familiar with,
Yeah. And they don't expect it.
and they don't expect it.
Well,
Happy birthday. But it's not your birthday. You're just eating all of the cake. He trying to fool me, y'all. My grandbaby. Eating cake early in the morning.
but yeah, Dana,
Birthday?
I don't know if you heard me or not, Dana, because you were over there writing in his chat.
But
But
happy birthday?
No, it's not his birthday, Shamika. He's just eating a cake, some cake that I made, so that's his excuse to eat the cake, because it's
ah,
early in the morning, so he's saying happy birthday.
Smart. I love him.
If he's smart, I told him, I said, I'm going to have to buy me another TV. This TV is giving me so much problems. He said, Nana, why don't you try changing the password? Girl,
Oh my
I
God.
almost hit the floor.
Aha.
Wow.
He's only 3.
Wow.
Change the password.
Wow. I'm gonna tell y'all though, right now, these YouTube streets are very bogus.
Yeah, they are.
He's smarter than Edward.
Um,
Yeah, you're right.
he went. Oh, by the way, Dana, he went live 9 minutes after you did, so I know he's in your bushes, and
Uh
that's why
huh.
he went live. But what I was supposed to be preparing for or making a video of last night, which I had promised B that I was gonna do, and I never even have touched it yet,
Right.
is um that one person that y'all hear me very seldom speak upon, but you may sound familiar once I describe it. The one person from Facebook that, when she started beefing with me in the groups,
Mhm.
decided to make a joke out of my daughters getting sexually assaulted as little children
Right.
and ask where was I at when my kids were getting fucked.
Oh my God.
Well, she made a YouTube channel maybe 2 years or so ago, something like that. And she's had very little content on there. And yesterday, I don't know why it came across my my Facebook
Because
news
she
feed.
follows yours so heavy. But go ahead.
Might be, but I saw Latoya had posted up shout out to blah blah blah, and I clicked on it. The music was the music that I used in my video
Hmm.
from 2019 about the guys from New York, number 3 and number 4. I've
Mhm.
never heard anybody else have that music before, and I did not get it from YouTube. So I thought that was really weird. And as the video starts to play, she's showing the documents that are supposedly from the medical examiner's office that they had supposedly done on a FOIA request. However, I've never spoken on it on my channel, but when that played out in real time in Facebook, Jackie Dragon, myself, and others had a lot of questions because the things on it seemed so shady.
Mhm.
And their excuse for it was, well, yeah, the medical examiner's shady. He's crooked. So that's why he wrote crooked things. But what we were trying to say is no. Why would the medical examiner, James Sumners, be writing and speaking in third person?
Don't burn you.
That type of thing was really off and weird. And then it had things like saying that he interviewed Teresa and Leonora, stuff like that, which there was no time span for that to have ever happened.
Right.
And this man, as shady and crooked as we think all of Cook County may be, they're not going to tell that big of a lie
No.
because when the cops did interview Teresa, they made the report about it. So why would the medical examiner be interviewing Teresa? Now, he may have asked her a question or two, or maybe had the cops ask her a question or two, like of Kanika's medical history or something like that. You know, who can he get or get her to sign a HIPAA form so that he could get the medical history or something? But that would be the extent of it. Then the further that we looked at these documents, the more and more we questioned the authenticity of them,
Right.
which is another reason why I had said that I was, well, actually, it's the main reason why I said I was going to be ordering them from the FOIA. And she decided to make a video showing her those documents, and then she's showing her receipt of the money orders that paid for these FOIA requests. When I saw that part, that's when I hit B up, and I was like, got him, busted.
Mhm.
Because that FOIA that I just did, that I sent the $65, and they sent me the $65 back, and the letter
with it saying you have to make another money order and write it out to the village of Rosemont, not the uh, Cook County Comptroller's office or whatever. And that's who they wrote all their money orders to. Now they just put $25. I think one put 25 and another one put 25, something like that. But we're talking about documents. The amount of documents that they got should have been closer to the $200 range
Yeah.
because
Yep.
Jackie Dragon was given a quote. I've been given a quote on what it would cost, and it's close to $200.
Yep. And
Not no,
change.
not no 50 or $75, whatever it was that they're claiming. So I had told B that I was going to make a video about that because this is just getting out of control. Everybody's on a medical examiner bogus trip
Yeah.
now on these
Yeah.
YouTube streets or what?
Yeah. I got news for him. The medical examiner, who is a physician that went to school for 12 plus years, is not getting on YouTube and speaking on any of our platforms. Period.
Not our platforms. If they get on YouTube, it's going to be on Cook County Medical
Yeah.
Examiner's platform.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They won't be speaking on our platform.
exactly. And they're not going to be sounding like idiots. Because you know the thingy, when
And
they
the
took the thingy off of her, and then they had whelps, and it
yeah,
looked like there was some grease poured on her.
between her legs, and I'm like, oh my God,
They
is she
wouldn't even
really?
use the word grease. They would have said something like a lubricant
Right,
or
Her
something.
right.
description was crazy. Yeah.
Oh my God. No, you're not a medical examiner, ma'am. You're a clown, just like your king, your follower, the man that you're
I
following.
I mean, it was like everything. I mean, I'm not a professional at all, and I was picking off left and right. What do you mean they cut her from side to side and straight down?
Yeah,
That's a T. Every pathologist is going to say they made the Y incision
incision. That's right.
in the shape of a Y from the shoulder joint, not from the shoulder blade. I mean the collarbone, but from the joint to the middle, and then down to the pelvic area. And then we got Trey Gang, who put up a post. And B, you would have been
Don't
able to
put
pay.
that
You
gas
would have
on
saved
it.
me an hour and a half last night, but I didn't want to bug you. B, Trey Gang put up a post. It's I guess Monifa. I didn't find it on Monifa's page, but it says Nifa Dior, but I don't think that's Monifa's picture. So I don't know if somebody faked it. I don't know. But it was a repost from another guy named Ricky somebody. So I went to look up this Ricky, whatever his name is, and it's a Barbie, a blonde-headed Barbie laying in a bathtub with the curtain pulled shut. And it had something like 500 or 5,000 comments. I don't even know how many it had. But I was reading the comments, and I kept seeing my name, and I'm like, how the hell am I seeing my name? What the, and that's my first thing I thought about was the singer Cassie, because I kept seeing the name Cassie, Cassie, Cassie. Well, finally, I saw one of the comments say, have you seen the show Euphoria? Then I snapped. So I spent about an hour on YouTube going through all these clips from Euphoria, and I put in there Cassie bathtub scene. And I got all the bathroom scenes where she's making out with some dude and they're trying to hide. But I finally found the bathroom scene. And Trey Gang has it posted up talking about it's so sad and getting his viewers to believe that Monifa is making fun of Kanika
Wow,
somehow.
that's
I don't even watch
crazy.
the show. Don't know nothing about it. But I was able to logically look at the comments. Let me see what the hell this is about. But the people in this community, they don't do that.
No.
Yes, they were tooken organs. They were tooken organs. I got that. I saw that. Yep.
That's
But
crazy, guys. I mean,
boss man, god damn it, you're right. We do got to find a way. And yes,
Yeah,
his name
yeah.
Rico, Jason Rico.
But for today, I just had to get
I
all this
needed
out
you to
of
get
me.
that out of your system because otherwise it will fester in you. Yes,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But I'm
and
still not finished with it yet, though.
that's one thing that I try to get boss and other people to understand is that when I do lash out at these people that do things to me, it's almost like I have to, and I don't do it at every single one of them. You know, Trip made the comment. He goes, I feel so bad about knowing that you put up with this from so many people for so long, and you're still here fighting. You know, to put out the facts, and it made me think. You know, he wasn't getting mad at me or nothing for say, for doing what I do, but it just makes me think. You know, I get it, I believe it, and I understand it. Yes, the more that we speak on them, the more numbers it's going to give them. I will claim it every time. I gave Tweedledum all her numbers
Yes.
because I challenged her, and when I told her, "Bitch, I'm gonna make you Facebook, I'm gonna make you YouTube famous." And her very first very first video that she did, she got on there talking shit about me, and she says, "I don't need you to make me famous." Da, 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 da. But it didn't get famous until I talked about it.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, of the numbers that I get, it says it bounces between 40 and 60% being not subscribed to me. I'm gonna tell it like this: I believe about 75 to 80% of my views come from other content creators. I really do believe that
Yeah.
because nobody has ever, like I said, played that music. Nobody has ever even made a video and spoken on number 3 and number 4, and now Edward did.
Yes.
It's
And
just
this
back to
other
back
lady.
to back to back to back. But y'all don't watch me? You fucking liars.
They do.
Y'all making me who I am. But
They'll
when
say they
if
don't, though.
I don't get to be able to express myself, what I used to do before I had a channel, the reason why I have the amount of content that I have is because what I used to do is I would sit there and I would make content
Hmm.
and it would sit on my laptop. When somebody would say something and I knew that I could prove them wrong, I would make the content and I would
Right.
leave it sitting there on my channel because I had nowhere to put it.
Right.
So when I started my channel, I started putting out the Kanika facts. And as soon as one of these people hit me up, I had a whole folder already on them.
Hmm.
And that's why they couldn't shut me down because they had already tried on the Facebook groups and I had so much on them. Same thing with Edward. I challenge anybody to go back to 2018, 2019, 2020 and see how active he was in his own damn group.
He wasn't.
He wasn't. Not until February 21st or 20th, whatever it was, when he bugged me and bugged me. So finally I gave him my cell phone number and he called me and he begged me and begged me and begged me and to get on his platform. So finally I said, okay. But I told him, I said, can we use StreamYard so that way I can show my content? No, my computer won't take it. He would not even try to hear me. Well, how am I supposed to show what you want me to show? Hold your phone over the screen. Oh, so I got to be like ghetto style.
Right.
So I did it. I did what he wanted. Man was higher than Cooter Brown. He was so excited. Made a post. Special guest speaker.
Yeah.
And then the next night, he made a post. Part 2, she's coming back, blah, blah, blah. Without even asking me. When he finally calls and he asks me about it, and I find out that he wanted somebody that I didn't get along with to be on the platform with me, I just told him, I said, I'm going to respectfully decline because I don't want to be on the same platform with that person. No, you don't have to be. You won't have to be. I won't let him. So what does he do? he puts them on speakerphone on an extra phone, whatever, so they're still on the same platform with me. So I exited. I dismissed myself. He was so perturbed at that. And it's been hell on wheels ever since then. Made up lies talking about that I Googled up his phone number. No, bitch, I got your phone number because you called me.
Yeah.
Talking about that. I put out his family's addresses and phone number. No, that was you, stupid. You did that on my people. But hey, if you want to go tit for tat, I can.
And you see, that's the
But
thing.
you over here looking for
You know?
sympathy about your disabled son. Now, is it a disability? Is it really just a poor baby disability when he was running the streets with the gangs and got shot? Because everything you saying about these kids from the party that's been shot, guess what? That goes on your son too.
Yeah.
You want to talk about my father? Because he was helping a fellow Christian when he fell down and broke his spine and become a paraplegic. And you want to come back saying that my dad's a pimp and used to have sex with me and put me on a street corner and said that he's got a hose up his penis from having too much sex and all that. But you're a work in progress because you're a man of God.
That man is disgusting.
No, we're all children of God, but you're not a man of God.
No.
No, hell no, you're not.
Absolutely not.
The whole fucking world's a work in progress. You think God's gonna accept you into heaven when you're dying? Because if you're saying, well, I knew that if I asked for forgiveness on my deathbed that you have to accept me because you said so. Well, he's got a little timeout corner for people like that if they made it there, if they truly believed it in their heart. But then guess what? Hell's gonna have a whole lot of ministers down there claiming to be men of God.
Absolutely.
A
I said
whole
the
lot
other
of
day,
ministers.
There's a special portal in hell for men of the cloth who lead people astray.
Yep. I remember that. I remember that from the Bible. Oh,
He's getting online quoting all kind of Bible scriptures. Anybody could do that. But are you living that?
Lucifer
That's
himself
the
could get up here
question.
and quote the Bible better than any person on this planet.
That's right.
Go follow him.
You're not living what you're saying. You want people to believe that, but you're not living that way. It's too
Like I put that
easy for
video
them.
up from that he posted up from his mother's funeral, and he sung half a verse of a song or whatever. And when he was before he started singing though, because he used to say all this stuff in his group, how his family doesn't talk to him, how his mother took him out of the will as the executor and all this shit. He said that shit on his own live. So he can't say that I'm lying about it and making up shit about his family, because that came out of his mouth. So if it's a lie, he's the one that told the lie.
Right.
But at the funeral, apparently it must be some realness to it, because he says, to all of my family, those and friends that I may have offended in my lifetime, charge it to the head, not to the heart. People like that come up with all these little fucking cliches to excuse their demonic ways.
Yes.
And after he sung his little half a verse, and he come down, I guess it was his brothers or somebody hugged him, that minister or pastor, whatever he was, he says, you can't just speak the words, you got to live the life.
That's right. So who is the true Edward Joseph?
A sick deviant.
Disgusting.
He sat there and said that my daughter said stuff about my daughters and all this and that. What I've spoken on about my daughters, is the truth. What other people want to add to it, that's on them.
Right.
But at least what I've spoken has been the truth, good or bad, or ugly, or beautiful, or wonderful. But this man got up here talking about that. I was talking about his poor, feeble daughter who's supposed to have sickle cell and was in the hospital for it. So I don't know, all kinds of crazy stuff, which I had never spoken on the girl at the time. It was Brazy who came back and said on the platform that he was told by Edward that his daughter is a heroin addict that keeps running away from uh, the rehabs that he keeps putting her in.
Yeah.
And they have to put her back in a hospital before they can put her back into the rehabs. And yet you want to sit here and talk shit about me because I've been to jail? Number one, I sure didn't go to jail for no heroin. Number two, I ain't never even touched no heroin. I ain't never had to go to no rehab. They ain't been to no rehab, nothing like that.
Can't throw stones
I
at people
pled
when you're
guilty.
living
I
in a
plea
glass
bargained.
house yourself.
I plea bargained, and I owned what I guilty or not. When you say you're guilty and you did your time, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
I didn't make up no lies to go get no money. Nothing. I don't sit here and make up lives talking about we balling, we big balling, and then turn around and tell my viewers and subscribers behind the scenes, I ain't got no groceries, and my lights is turned off. I got my son this weekend. Whatever. My disabled
Yeah.
kids. No, never. And then, I honestly believe he paid those women to come speak up there like that. Because when you hear him do his repetitious closing, when he says, Edward Joseph, let's talk, Edward Joseph Kitchen, Edward Joseph's giveaway 2021, he's still stuck on that year.
Yeah.
He used to give away stuff. I don't know how often, but he would buy like a crock pot
Mm-hmm.
and give it away or something or whatever. So it would not surprise me to find out if he literally paid women to come and say lies on his channel. Because I know damn well can't nobody on planet Earth prove what Alice Richardson said, that I be telling people, hit my Cash App. Half the time I forget I even got a Cash App.
They just be talking out the side of their head. You know, he's the one who's asking, putting his app up every few minutes.
It just, like I said, it's his job to entertain. Okay. So maybe I need to quit getting on his ass and start getting on the people in the chat that's doing the lying.
I watched Edward take that video that I made, and literally, as he showed it to the people in his chat, he was saying that I had said things in that video that I had never said.
Exactly.
And they believed him.
Exactly. And they were sitting there saying, yep, I heard her say that too. I heard her. I'm like, y'all make me want to say words that I don't normally use. They really do. I guess that would be taking me out of me. I didn't know if I had a character to be taken out of, but I guess that would be taking me out of my
I
character.
never ever spoke on Kanika Jenkins' weight before. She said she was 100 and something pounds, but she's 90 something pounds. How do you know how much Kanika Jenkins weighed? You know, I mean,
he just figured out who the hell Leonora was.
Yeah.
Been here 4.5 years, and less than 6 months or 4 months ago, gonna figure out who the hell Leonora was. And Brazy's probably the one that told him.
Edward cannot show his chat any of the case files because he doesn't have them.
Nope.
He may go get them after he sees this live from somebody, but he don't have the case files, so he can't speak on the case the way he's speaking on it. He never read
Oh,
those
he says
things.
point blank that he goes and he gets the information from other YouTubers.
YouTubers.
And my thing is this: all the speaking that everybody from both sides of the fence does about the deception
Hmm.
from YouTubers, and yet that's where you go to get that's your resource for your content.
Right.
Right. Right.
Like they used to say when I was in high school, what kind of shit is that?
Hmm. How smart is that?
Well,
There is nothing. I don't think nothing in this world that could convince me that that girl is got any kind of education level past middle school.
To be a medical assistant, yeah. Right.
absolutely not. Her vernacular would be exquisite. And you see, that's the thing that I need people to understand. When I speak of that, they're not people of the average intelligence. They're not the kind of people like we said. I'm gonna have to meet them where they at. I can't sit down and speak to a doctor on their level. I can't sit down and speak to my sister who's a nurse on her
Yeah.
level. I can't sit down and speak to my sister who's a doctor on her level. They
Not
be
on
looking
medical
at me
terms, yeah.
when I tell you these ladies be looking at me like, what the hell is she talking about? But then I could see it in their eyes. Okay, well, let me bring. They gotta meet me where I'm at.
They got to dummy it down for the layman's terms, yeah.
Exactly. So absolutely not. That girl is not. She's not a medical examiner's assistant. That's a scientist.
Let me put it like this: down the road,
Yeah.
when it comes
Say that
back,
again.
when it comes back to bite them in the ass, they may not realize why they're getting bit in the ass,
And
but they're gonna get bit in the ass. And I hope they remember.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know no doctor or no medical profession that's not going to use medical terminology appropriately.
Even in their
Shoot me the
everyday
if that's
speaking
what I was fixing.
conversation.
You could say it, Cassie, because that you took the thought right out of my mouth.
Even just like what you were saying about talking with your sisters, because in their everyday conversations, those words are still going to be used. My niece is an
Right.
EMT.
I was about to talk about Kelly, but if I didn't really,
You know,
speaking to Kelly, I
she had
can't speak to Kelly.
she
Stop
had
it.
to she doesn't and apparently to be an EMT doesn't take a whole lot of medical schooling, but it takes some.
Yeah.
And
And
so when
her
I've asked her
terminology is not the
questions,
same
yeah,
with ours.
when I've asked her questions, a lot of it I did understand, and some of it I did not.
I'm not going to
Um,
pretend like I understood.
when you speak about a pathologist, that is a forensic doctor.
Yes.
That's like, okay, a lawyer has to go to college for 8 years. That's above his level of intelligence.
They go to school for a little while longer in order to do the forensics. It's a
Yes,
medical doctor who goes to school a little while longer in the field of pathology so they can be able.
forensic pathologist.
It's the
Yeah,
study of organs and all of this for
the
uh
microscope, the
yes.
scopical, whatever, all
Yes.
that crap. Because, and it's not just one thing. Like, okay, like dumbass was saying something about the reason why she didn't have maggots, even though she was decomposed, was because the cooler and freezer were sealed, so the flies was not able to get in there.
Well,
No, stupid. For one, neither one was sealed. She was not decomposing. And no, he was trying to say that they took her, that one picture where it's all, she looks disfigured or whatever. That's not a decaying body. And because he was saying that they had already done a couple of autopsies on her, and they took her back on the gurney into the hotel to take that picture, and that's why she was decaying.
Cassie, let me shoot this at you.
When you do an autopsy, the eyeballs are taken out. The eyelids are not going to swell up without eyeballs in there.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Kanika Jenkins was found in a freezer that was below 34 degrees. Right?
Hmm.
When somebody dies and their body goes to the morgue, they are put on a slab that is a freezer to stop the decomposition process.
Exactly.
So before even, let's say she never went to the morgue, well, we know she didn't go to the morgue. She went to the medical examiner's office.
The funeral home gave her a ride to the medical examiner's office. And then from the medical examiner's office, she went to a second medical examiner's office
Right.
to have the private autopsy done.
My point is,
That's why Teresa made the post saying that it was damn near a month before she got to actually go see the body or whatever to get to the funeral home. She didn't
okay,
even know where the body was or whatever that post was. Because in that 3 week, a little over 3 week span of time, it went to two medical examiners' offices and had the autopsies done, the toxicologies done, everything was done doubled.
right,
Then it went to Leaks and Sons.
right,
Evanston gave her a ride to the first stop, and then the
okay,
last stop was Leaks and Sons.
okay. So let me take you back to my point. They're trying to say that Kanika Jenkins' body was decomposed, but she was found in a freezer. The freezer stops the,
The decomposition.
the decomposition process. So if they were people that use critical thinking skills, they would know that what he's saying is not factually possible. It's not physically possible to even happen that way. And then she moves on to other freezers. She goes
Yep.
to the medical examiner's office where they're going to be, when they do that autopsy, they're in a room that is of low temperatures. So even though she's going through the body is going through those processes, she's still being protected from decomposition.
And how did she receive the body the first week of September after it was autopsied already,
Exactly.
when she wasn't even dead yet?
So I mean, the things that is going on Edward Joseph's channel, and yes, Island Girl 49, the community, the J4K community have questions for you. You put yourself out there like that.
Yep. You
Either
came
you're
to a
gonna come
public
real with the people and
platform
say, look,
and made a claim that you were a professional.
yes,
Then you have to be with the knowledge and acceptance that you may be questioned for your credentials so that
she'll
they don't know that you're not just some homeless heifer from under the bridge that was found and decided to come speak on the platform.
right, but she'll
Hmm.
never do that though. And for the intelligent ladies on Edward Joseph's panel, like I think her name is Miss Debbie or Miss Deborah, I pose a question to you. The next time you're on his panel and you sit beside Island Girl 49, I ask you to ask her some questions about her credentials. Since y'all appear to communicate really well with one another, maybe you can get her to explain to the JforK community actually what she actually did when she got Kanika's body and
I
how
want to know
that
how she could
process
see her
played
back
out.
when she got sent off somewhere. She said
Oh, she
she
got
got
sent
sent
off.
away. She got sent away for asking too many questions. Well, then how did you
Oh,
able to even
really?
see the body?
Oh,
Yep,
really? You
yep.
see, you see what I'm saying? People don't ask enough questions and they don't think enough. Because if
Give
she
it
would have
give it
told
another
me,
2 lives. They'll have the story switched up to them even
if
more
she
so.
would have told me that she got sent away, you just told me that you were the forensic scientist, the pathologist who got Kanika's body. So who else was in the room? Who did the autopsy? If they sent the forensic scientist away, who performed the autopsy? So we go back to the what's her name? The real chief medical examiner. What's her name? Crisco Alvarenga, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. That,
Her,
but she was a supervisor, but it was Kirsten Howell and
Kirsten Howell,
Kristen Escobar.
Escobar. So now we go back to the two legitimate scientists who worked on the case. Is that what she's trying to tell us?
No, because she said it was a man.
Oh yeah, Dr. Ruggie.
Yes,
Well, you
who's a
know,
chiropractor in New York.
exactly. Exactly.
I'm gonna
Girl,
say it
this
again,
don't make
bitch,
no
please.
sense to me. But they're not gonna stop me from asking questions because I want to know.
Well, his stupid response was, anybody that's asking too many questions, that makes him look at them as the ops. So he's going to give them a hard time and all this, that, and third. It's like, you're ignorant. Anybody listening to the man is
No,
ignorant.
that don't make him look like the op. That make him look like the liar that he is.
Yep, exactly.
He's definitely not in opposition of Kanika Jenkins' case because his sole purpose is to someday, just like the other fool that was out here on YouTube, someday get monetized and get paid from it. So he's
Yep.
not in opposition. He's opposed to people like me and you questioning the things that is happening on his channel. But what he has to remember is YouTube is for everybody.
And it was
And
all
like I
well and
said,
good, but he would come ask me questions, though.
when I get those notifications and I click on his channel and I see that he is in a place of not knowing, I'll try to help him out. I tried to. I tried to do
Yep.
that in a respectful way. But then he did this other weird stuff. You know? But he won't get the benefit of the doubt from me anymore. Because you
You
see,
know,
now it's personal.
he went and he talked one time about the guys going to prison and getting it up the ass and all this and that. Well, your brother was in prison for how long? Are you going off of his stories or what? I mean, people need to realize that what they put out there and accuse others of, you better, how do they say it? Make sure your house is clean before you start
Exactly.
that shit.
Exactly.
Miss Dana, I'm gonna have to get off of here.
Yeah.
I have not been to bed yet.
Okay, Cass.
I don't even know what time it is. I can't even see the numbers are doubled up. I can't
All
see.
right. I know. Shamika, thank you for coming on. Thanks, Cassie. I need to
Hey,
get
it's
off of
not a
here
problem.
too.
You needed. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, my animated mind. I really wanted to climb into this laptop and go through the internet at that man.
Yeah. Okay, we'll have another time for some more talks like this.
Yes.
Thank you, Shamika.
Now you know how to work the StreamYard anyway.
Girl, Edward made me learn. Boss Blake had gave me a crash course in it, but that was last month. I had forgot. But
Yeah.
Edward made me relearn it on my own. Thanks, for, Mr.
It
Edward.
comes back when you need it.
All right, ladies. Thank you
All
guys
right.
for joining in on this
Thank you, everybody in the
conversation.
chat.
Thanks. Bye bye.